Today is his biggest match later on in the day, 10-2 against CMQ. So we're going to see if they're both still undefeated when we get there, who the top dog really is.
That's going to be an interesting match, and Will and I are both talking before.
Out almost exactly like we thought it would, though. I mean, obviously, we still have a few matches. Godslayer and Unstoppable, the least known, the least experienced. They're going to finish in the bottom two, which is unfortunate for them, but the predictions were right. The top four of the leaderboard right now is pretty much the four players you would have called as favorites. So North America playing out kind of like you'd expect.
Yeah, and Miner's going to come out onto the pump here. Unstoppable's going to play Skeletons to defend that pump, make sure it stays healthy. A Log is going to go down on top of Godslayer's pump to make sure those are at even health. A Golem coming out.
Oh, and he plays Goblin Gang because he knows that there's no Log in his hand.
Yep, and the Goblins are going to get a few hundred damage on that left-hand side. So Lava Loon versus Golem.
I don't think you play same lane. Actually, obviously, Godslayer's a better Lava Loon player than I am, but I've always thought that in this matchup, you don't want to play same lane as the Golem. You want to go opposite lane because you want them to split their elixir. All of the Golem support troops are going to be good against you. Mega Minions, Baby Dragons, all that kind of stuff.
Yep, Lightning's going to come down there from Unstoppable. Oh, the Tornado right there, pulling everything together for that Executioner while the Golem just chips away at the tower.
Ouch, the Lava Pups might speed it up, but that's still not too much damage left.
Miner Lava Hound, that hasn't been something we've seen since one of the Shanghai tournaments
Yeah,
back in, like May of last year.
When Lava Hound first came out, it was not considered a very strong card. It wasn't like these Electro Wizards and Night Witches where on the first weekend they're out there winning tournaments. Lava Hound laid dormant for quite a while. Actually received a few buffs in the months after it was released. The first Lava Hound deck that I remember being significantly powerful was Clyde's Lava Miner deck in the Super Magical Cups, where he'd bring the Lava Hound, you'd try to deploy the Miner right before it died, and then the Miner would actually take the tanking for all the Lava Pups.
It's essentially a Miner Minion Horde push without playing the Minion Horde.
Yeah. Ooh, good lightning on defense there, takes out motion. Oh, the Mega Minion does get a swing in! You get a little fist pump out of Godslayer because he knows that he is in a great position for this push to knock that tower down.
Yeah, Unstoppable was trying to Tornado everything back for that Executioner, but the Executioner died before the Tornado came down, and that was just it.
Ooh, the Miner is where he wants to be, just rolling between collectors, taking them out one at a time.
Yeah, the Lava Pups are doing a decent amount of damage to the King Tower. Godslayer might be able to secure this victory. Here comes the Lava Hound Mega Minion push on the left-hand side. King Tower down to 1365. Tornado's going to pull everything together for that Baby Dragon. Executioner Golem on the right-hand side. If the Godslayer doesn't get the 3 crown, Unstoppable will win this match because he has the other tower down
right.
70.
I mean, that's what happens when you go all in like that. The towers are getting there. He's got it within lightning range.
46, yep, that's a lightning range.
Zap, zapper.
Godslayer is going to take it.
And that,
get the victory, the smile coming out.
Smile on the face, cry in the game. He does love his emotes.
Oh man, Godslayer, what a character.
I love him. I love the emotes. We had a lot of discussions over the last week about, like, is emoting good?
Does Mirror Fireball do a tournament standard? I don't know, because Mirror's not used that.
Yeah.
The conversion just isn't there
Yeah,
right away.
You have to ask the European casters how metric works.
Yeah. All right, Fireball coming out right away onto that Elixir Pump.
We got an angry face. Now the question is, will Godslayer bust out the 3 Musketeers and be like, ah, I got you, buddy. You fireballed the wrong thing.
If we see 3 Musketeers come out in a laughing face from Godslayer, that would have been awesome.
Bro. Nope, we got a
both Lava Hound. Godslayer says, wow.
He's got a grin.
You're taking my deck.
Like, you think you can beat me? I'm the Lava Hound master, brother. So we're going to see what happens here. Godslayer decides to defend far back, and then meanwhile, Unstoppable is defending right at the river.
Oh, Minion Horde. Here comes a Miner. Again from Godslayer. And
this is scary.
Oh my gosh. All value arrows. Wow.
That's a really good meta play by Unstoppable. If you know that you're going to play Lava Hound and you know your opponent's going to play Lava Hound, you can build the Lava Hound deck meant to win the mirror matchup. Godslayer had no idea that there was going to be a Lava Hound from his opponent, so he didn't think to play arrows.
Yeah, and that's like the 3 Musketeer matchup where we're seeing a lot more fireballs in 3 Musketeers.
Yeah. In general, you don't want the fireball, but if you know they're playing the same deck as you, maybe find a way to squeeze it in.
And I think that's exactly what Unstoppable did. He knows Godslayer is going to play the Lava Hound, so he's like, I'll throw arrows in my deck.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like Zap's going to do you any good, or Log. We saw that actually. Do you remember when Rice and Godslayer played? They played a 3-game match that was all Lava Loon mirrors. At some point by game 3, they started putting in Tornado and arrows instead of their logs because Log wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing it could log was the Goblin Gang. Or the Skeletons. There were Skeletons in one of them.
Yeah.
But again, 2 Lava Hounds, both pushing opposite lanes. Unstoppable on the first exchange.
Unstoppable has the damage lead right now.
Yeah. So
we
let's
saw
see
that in game 1 too, and it still turned around to get him.
Yeah, so Mega Minion this time.
Instead of, yeah, that's right.
Instead of the
that,
Minion Horde, he's like, you're not getting arrow value. I think Godslayer wanted Unstoppable to arrow the minions, or the lava pups, so he could play the Minion Horde on defense.
I get it, you're right. You can't really take that Minion Horde out until after you see the arrows, because if you just give your opponent a +2 elixir trade, they're going to take it, and you might lose the game because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. He's splitting the arrows up into 2 sides. You're going to arrow, or no, I'm sorry, it's Unstoppable's Minion Horde coming in.
Yeah, Unstoppable's going to take that left-hand tower, and Godslayer might take this right-hand tower, so it looks like it might be a tower trade here.
He could arrow right now. Save that tower.
Is he going to? No, I don't think so.
Minion Horde comes out on defense right as the lava pups come out to force the choice.
There are the arrows. Mega Minion is just getting swarmed by minions and lava pups, but the King Tower and Crown Tower will clean that up. Miner coming in to deal that last 21 damage, and Unstoppable building up another Lava Hound push.
We are headed into overtime. The next tower to go down is going to determine the game. If Godslayer can take down that full health Crown Tower or 3 crowns opponent, he's going to go home to Texas with 2 match wins.
Which would look pretty good for him coming into next season.
Yes, sir.
So the Lava Hounds will trade places. A Minion Horde coming out from Unstoppable. This will just eat up a second Lava Hound from Unstoppable.
And there's just a slaughterhouse happening there at the river. There's hundreds of minions fighting each other.
Yeah, the minions just got cleaned up by each other. They were all exchanging blows, and they were at the same health. And the Lava Pups are just doing so much damage for Unstoppable. And Unstoppable is going to tie this game up.
You know, honestly, little differences. A single card choice can make all the difference in a match, and I think Unstoppable's arrows were insane.
Oh, yeah.
Insane! Because Unstoppable just gets to play the game. I'm playing just his game plan to make it work.
And here's the last push of the game with the double Lava Hound on Godslayer's side. And I think at this point, Godslayer knew he was pretty much in trouble with that double Lava Hound. The Hound explodes, tower refocuses to the Lava Hound, Miner doesn't come down in nearly enough time to distract the Lava Pups, and the Lava Pups are just dishing so much damage onto that Crown Tower.
They showed it.
I expect to see another mirror matchup. I don't know about you.
We'll see. Actually, Godslayer, okay, Knight is not a card that you normally see, so far I'd have to guess that they're both mixing it up.
What if they're both playing 3 Musketeers?
What if they're both playing Executioner Tornado?
Ewiz. Like, this is the first Ewiz we've seen today.
Actually, oh yeah, today.
Today.
No, actually, we saw one earlier. A guy, I think it was Oxalate, had the Tombstone and Electro Wizard in his deck. Remember, it was like a super insane defense.
I think so,
that the guy couldn't get through. But you're right.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Oh, one Expo out of Unstoppable.
For Unstoppable, the Hog Rider from Godslayer. I think Unstoppable thought Godslayer was going to continue with the Lava Hound, and he was like, okay, I'll just play Expo.
Especially if he's going to play one without Zap, like he goes Lava Hound with just like arrows. You're like, cool, Expo. But, so we know now what Unstoppable's playing. What's Godslayer?
We've seen Knight,
cards.
Executioner.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a win condition yet.
We've seen Clash Royale cards played in Godslayer's deck. We've got a Knight, we've got a Goblin, but nothing that really tells you what sort of deck
Some of the 74.
it is. Yeah.
But the Expo is going to come down. Executioner is going to come down to tank for the Expo.
A little too far
the
back.
Hog Rider. I think he already played the Hog Rider.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it just died so fast that we forgot.
Went down. Unfortunately, that Expo, not only does it survive the Hog Rider, but it's still shooting.
Yeah, and Unstoppable throws the good game, thumbs up. A Godslayer with a grin on his face and the crying in the game.
He knows. And then for once, the crying is about him.
Yeah.
Instead of his opponent. He's like, here's me imitating my own crying.
Yeah. So 496 remains on that left-hand tower, 10 seconds before double elixir, and this game is looking very good for Unstoppable. Godslayer just can't seem to break through with the Hog Rider.
Expo is a deck that you do not want to let take your tower because there are few things in this game more frustrating than a centered placed defensive Expo. You cannot approach, it's so hard to kill.
Yep. However, if Godslayer were to take the opposite tower, and this were to go to a 2-tower victory, it would be heavily in favor of Godslayer. Because if Godslayer takes the opposite lane, so Unstoppable has left-hand tower, so if Godslayer takes the right-hand tower, that becomes very unfavorable for the Expo, because then Godslayer can just deploy troops right on top of the Expo.
You're right. So it really matters here. It seems like, though, he's still trying to go down the same lane that already's got the tower on it. The downside is he's giving his opponent these pretty good logs that might be setting up for a fireball. Oh, lightning comes in.
Come down, but the Ewiz is going to come down to shut down that Hog Rider, and now Unstoppable has to cycle back. Does he have fireball?
I believe he's got some sort of direct damage.
There it is. Fireball, yeah.
And the log will finish it off here. 7 seconds to go. This is the last we were seeing of Godslayer and Unstoppable as Unstoppable takes the 3-game match 2-1 with Expo in the deciding game.
Yes, we've seen Expo. I think Expo has a 100% win rate in this tournament.
Logbait does too so far.
Yeah.
Logbait has got to fall near the bottom.
Yeah, and here comes Godslayer.
Boom! Godslayer's super happy with this trip. He was telling me he went to lunch the other day, how excited.
So let's take a look at the replay right here. Look at Unstoppable defend this Expo. So the Electro Wizard's going to come down, and it's going to slow the Hog Rider down quite a bit. The log predicting the Ice Spirit, and then Electro Wizard Expo just cleans up the Hog Rider, and this is really the deciding factor. The Expo just chips away at the...
2 matches in, 8 left to go. The players still have a lot of room to solidify themselves, but remember, this is the final week. By the end of today, we will know exactly who sits where on this ladder. Right now, Unstoppable is looking really in a tight spot. He's 0-4. He still has 3 games left, so he can potentially pull himself out. And Oxlet posturing himself to potentially be top 2. And remember, these players are playing for a $1 million prize pool. There's so much on the line for these guys, and they have to understand what their potential could be.
I'm kind of sad. Unstoppable losing that game.
Yeah.
Unstoppable, super stoppable.
He's very, very stoppable.
Gosh, look at that.
Yeah.
First place
But
is $15,000.
Yeah, there's so much money on the line. At least Unstoppable
I
is.
thought the round robin was for the 15,000, so I was like,
Oh,
yes.
you like
No.
that?
Oh, I already got 50.
And for those of you that don't recognize that voice, we have here